Hi, my name is Lois and I go to University of Florida. I used to go to Central, but now I'm in Gainesville. And when I graduated from high school, a lot of people told me that, when you go off to college, you're either going to strengthen your faith or your faith's going to weaken and you're going to fall away. I was determined to make it strengthen my faith. I've had lots of opportunities to witness or be a witness for Christ. And one of those opportunities was basically I think it was third or fourth week of school, one of the ones I'm talking about. I had a class where the first day of school, our professor said, okay, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me your name, your career, and what you think is the good life. Well, so what do you think makes you have the so-called good life? And so I was like, well, to me, that's to glorify God. But I was afraid to say that. I didn't want to be the Christian girl that was already came out of her little shell or whatever, because I was afraid that people would think that they would be afraid to talk to me, or that would prohibit me from also getting to witness to them further later on down the road. And so I didn't say anything. I said my name, and I said what I like to do and what my career is. And walking out of that classroom, I was really disappointed in myself, and honestly, I felt so bad. I'm pretty sure I cried because I was so disappointed that I didn't stand up for Christ. But then I told myself, I'm like, all right, the next opportunity I have to witness for Him, I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm just gonna go for it. So the next opportunity arose, and we were supposed to give a presentation in front of class about a book we were reading. Well, in this book was called Siddhartha, and the guy in the book was trying to find happiness through everything in life, whether it was gambling or sex, or he tried getting rid of everything and become really impoverished, but none of it worked, and he was unhappy. Even at the end of the book, he was unhappy. And so I tried to figure out, all right, how can I bring Christ into this, because the only true happiness can come from God. And so I made this presentation, and I was so nervous. I remember my heart beating so fast. I'm like, what are they going to say? Are they going to question me about things that I don't know? I know people are very skeptical about Christians because we're often think of it as judgmental, but I was like, I'm going to do it. I was really scared, but I stood up and I presented it. I used a C.S. Lewis quote, and it was so interesting. After I made the presentation, I said, I believe that the only happiness can come from Christ and Christ alone. And people did ask me questions. My TA even said, he's like, I don't want to think that I'm attacking you, but this is my question. And I was able to talk to many different people in the class, and afterwards the TA even said, thank you so much for bringing up religion. I'm really glad you did that. People said, well said, and great presentation. And afterwards it was I like your shoes. It wasn't something that was oh, she's a Christian, I can't talk to her, which is what I was worried about, which was totally all Satan talking, because he was just trying to be no, don't witness to people, So that was basically one of the major events that happened. There's several other stories that I could tell you about, but I know that this has happened, or people that have influenced me this way has been the church, and also a lot has been my brother. When he went off to college, I could really see how he would build relationships with people, people that he might not normally build relationships with, in order to witness to Christ, or witness for Christ, and to witness to them. And I saw how bold he was and how kind he was, just at the grocery store going through a line, and I was like, if he can do it, then I can do it too. And I saw it through people at my school. Teachers would show how bold they were. And I mean, my parents put me in the position in that school, in this church. They took me to church every Sunday and every Wednesday and had me involved in the youth group. So through this church, through school, and through my brother and my family, I have really been able to become a witness for Christ and glorify Him in everything that I do.